Hi, back with our Peek-A-Bliss initiative. I'm Veena and my partner, my son now is reading his own book. So I'm here to complete the second part of our story Hamlet, Prince of Denmark by Shakespeare. This is part 2. Let's begin. On seeing her son, Hamlet's mother at once accused him of troubling the king with the rendition of that particular play. But Hamlet also very subtly accused her of being unjust towards his dead father. His mother pretended not to understand, but Hamlet persisted. And as she tried to avoid answering his questions, Hamlet started to lose his patience. As his voice rose, Polonius, worried about the queen's safety, started to shout from behind the curtain, "Help the queen!" Hamlet, thinking that it was Claudius hiding behind the curtain, immediately drew his sword and thrust it through the material, killing Polonius instantly. Seeing that he was killed, Polonius and not Claudius, seeing that he had killed Polonius and not Claudius, Hamlet's anger grew as his mother kept trying to divert his questions about the death of his father. Hamlet was preparing to kill his mother when his father's spirit appeared again. The ghost asked him to spare his mother and go after the real murderer. Meanwhile, Claudius had decided that he could waste no more time in sending Hamlet away and so put him on a ship to set sail for England. While in France, Laertes heard about what had happened to his father and immediately returned to avenge his death. He was furious with the king and queen as they had made no arrests. He came back leading a riotous group of men. He came back leading a riotous group of men, claiming that Claudius was not fit to rule over them and therefore Laertes should be their new king. As he was arguing with the king, Ophelia walked in. It seemed that she had completely lost her mind, unable to bear the loss of her father. Laertes was heartbroken to see his sister in such a sorry state and was now more intent than ever to avenge the death of his father and his sister's state of delirium. Now, while they were sailing for England, Hamlet's ship was attacked by pirates. In the fight that ensued, Hamlet boarded the pirate ship. His own ship managed to break away and sail off, leaving Hamlet as a prisoner to the pirates. However, when he told the pirates who he was dropped off at the nearest port and returned home. Upon seeing Hamlet again, Claudius started making plans for his death. This time he went to Laertes and told him how Hamlet had killed his father, Polonius. This infuriated Laertes and he wanted to kill Hamlet immediately. Claudius asked Laertes to refrain for a while, telling him that he would organize a sword duel. The plan was for Laertes' sword to be unprotected to allow him to fatally stab Hamlet, while Hamlet's sword would be blunt so as not to harm Laertes in any way. But Claudius did not stop there. He also declared that the tip of Laertes' sword would be dipped in a special poison which had no antidote, making Hamlet's death certain. Finally, Claudius decided that if all the other plans were to fail, he would add poison to Hamlet's drink and the moment he took a sip, his energy would start to drain and he would soon die. While the two men were discussing how to kill Hamlet, the queen came running in and declared that Ophelia had drowned. In her unsteady state of mind, the girl had gone to the banks of a river and tried to pluck some flowers from a tree. But while she was on a branch, a portion of it broke off and she went tumbling into the river. She fainted as she hit the water and soon drowned. Lytus was shocked to hear this unfortunate news and could not believe his sister was no more. Meanwhile, Hamlet and Horatio were walking towards the palace when they saw a huge funeral procession. It looked like a royal funeral, so they wondered who had passed away. Within a few minutes, Hamlet saw that the body being carried away was that of Ophelia. He was shocked and could not understand how she could have died. Hamlet could no longer contain his sorrow and went running towards her. Lytus, on the other hand, was furious to see Hamlet arrive on the scene, and without another thought he rushed towards him and grabbed his throat. Soon they were involved in a struggle, but with the help of the people around them, they were parted. Soon the king put his plan into action. He managed to convince Hamlet that Lytus had been named the best swordsman in France, and a match was arranged for the two men. Horatio tried to dissuade Hamlet, explaining that Lytus really was very good with the sword, but nothing could make Hamlet pull out of the fight. Finally, the match began. The king and queen were also present, as were all the courtiers. Even Horatio had come to witness the spectacle. As they started sparring between themselves, Hamlet was able to get the first two hits against Lytus. Claudius saw that Hamlet was proving to be better than Lytus, as the latter could not even get past Hamlet's defenses. So he decided to put his other plan into action and asked Hamlet to take a break and have a drink. But Hamlet, seeing that he was winning, refused to stop. Things started to get rather animated between the two fighters. Lytus managed to hit Hamlet once and he immediately started bleeding. Realizing that Lytus was not using a blunt sword, Hamlet became infuriated and started fighting with greater vigor. Little did he know that he was also being poisoned with that cut. Since the fight had now been going on for quite some time, the queen was tired. Seeing a cup before her, she reached out to take a sip. The minute Claudius saw that what was happening, he screamed, "Stop! Do not drink that!" It was the poisoned cup that he had kept for Hamlet, but alas, it was too late. Meanwhile, the fight was becoming rather severe. During the match, both contestants dropped their swords once and by mistake picked up each other's sword. Now Hamlet, fighting with Lytus' sword, was able to draw blood from his opponent. He was about to continue when he heard his mother scream, "Son, I have been poisoned." Lytus too had fallen, his own poison mixing with his blood. Horatio exclaimed, "They bleed on both sides. How is that, my lord?" To this Lytus said, "It is the King Hamlet. He planned the whole thing. He was poisoned. He has poisoned your mother. He has poisoned the tip of my sword. Nothing can save us now. We are both going to die." Hamlet soon understood Claudius's plan. Without wasting another moment, he pushed his sword towards the king, killing him instantly. Falling into Horatio's lap, Hamlet said, "I am dying, Horatio, but you live and must tell my true story to the world." And soon he was dead. We complete the book Hamlet by Shakespeare. Adios.